Welcome back to another edition of the B4evaKool podcast. My name is Rex45. This evening we got a light crew this evening. We got TJ and Track Stars in the building. What's going on, fellas? How things?
Cold. We cold up here in New England. But
cold out here in New York, but we hot right now with the Knicks laying in the background. Let's go. Knicks 4, baby. Sweep Indiana.
I was looking for the mute button, Track Stars. I mean, we still haven't gotten over the Celtics loss yet. So we still feeling our pain. I guess you guys have a lot to celebrate, so I'll give you that because it's been a minute since you guys got this far.
Come on, y'all held the championship up last year. It is what it is, man. This year, New York, baby. I should have put my jersey on.
What you got, Rick Brunson? Brunson jersey.
Nah, I got a Ewing, I got a Jamal Crawford, but that Brunson jersey gonna have to come. I mean, I had Jamal Crawford. He was number 11 too, so.
Crawford was nice for New York, so I can't even be mad at that. And Ewan, he's a fellow Jamaican, so can't be mad at that either. So it is what it is. Unfortunately, it was tough times for him back then going against Jordan. So.
Hell yeah! And at that time, I was a huge Chicago fan, so I switched up when they got Jamal Crawford.
Okay, that's what's up. That's a good time to switch, for sure. Yeah. But let's talk motorcycle racing because we definitely can talk basketball for sure. World Superbike happened over in Czech Republic. Pretty crazy weekend overall. As far as the crashes, a lot of crashes. Race between race 1 and race 2. I feel bad for Alvaro. He got caught up in the mix twice. Pretty bad, but also just the competition between Bulaga and Top Rock, pretty crazy. What are your thoughts, TJ, and on Superbike for the weekend?
I mean, it's like going into this weekend, knowing that Top Rock has won. I don't even know the number, but the number was kind of ridiculous. But he's won a lot at this track, so everyone. Expected him to do well, do his thing. Going into practice, smooth. A lot of crashes, like you said, especially Bulaga. Actually, there was a lot of crashes in practice. So what am I talking about? FP1, it was like 4 red flags, so or 3 red flags, something like that. So seemed like a lot of figuring out for the guys out there. But yeah, I mean, the weekend was pretty crazy. Especially the competition, like you said, between Bulaga and Top Rock was pretty incredible. Especially race 2, but I know we're going to get into all that.
Right. What are your thoughts, Track Stars, on the weekend and the crashes?
It was just a lot of. I mean, the track just seemed super tight. Not a lot of places to pass, so you just had to make your pass. Like that. It just seemed like dive bomb after dive bomb after dive bomb. No matter where you was at, something was going on. And in the beginning, to start the first turn, the first 2 turns, because it's kind of like a quick chicane, man. You were just waiting for the drama, and it did not surprise you when it happened, because how do you put all those bikes through there, like there's no way you're gonna make it through there. I know why it's not a MotoGP track.
Right. And I'll ask you guys this: do you think that World Superbike shouldn't go back there? I mean, Ononi's out. The Honda guy, Javier is out. Xavi is out.
Yeah.
I don't say that. I think they should probably still continue. I mean, we can jump to like MotoGP when the Red Bull ring when they when they changed up a corner, made modifications. There's a lot of tracks where they change things around. Even Silverstone, or not Silverstone, few MotoGP tracks they changed around. But I'm sure they can probably do something. Noticing the amount of accidents that happened with okay conditions, and you want it to be safe to continue. They're gonna have to do something. And I'm sure they're gonna look into that. But I think they should continue there.
I mean, it looks like a fun track once it gets going, and they have that space. But to have that same situation damn near every single race was not good at all. Not good for the competition. Not good for the point situation. Mm-hmm. Not good for the teams after investing all their time trying to get those bikes together and build the pieces back up, and then the same result the same day is just insane. But when the race was on, oh my God, the track looks like a place where I want to ride. I would like to ride. I want to see how it feels to take all those corners and those strong braking markers. It looks like a lot of fun, that track.
Yeah, it does. You're absolutely right. Once as far as once after the first lap, they sorted it out. It really is just the first lap, and I was on what is it? Weekend Hangover with Dustin and Bobby yesterday. And I was just like, that track reminds me of Turn 1 at Loudon, because Turn 1 at Loudon can get kind of crazy as well at the start of a race and so forth. So but it was awful to see the crashes and stuff like that. What do you guys think about how Ducati did? Because really, it's I know Alvar had 2 DNFs. Oh, maybe I don't remember if he got on.
No, he had the 2 crashes for sure. Then he got the one.
So race 1, I think he got 4th place. From he was in 16th. I believe he got to 5th or 4th. In race 1, and then crashed out race 2. What are your thoughts on how Ducati's doing? It seems like at the beginning of the season there was 6 strong Ducatis. And obviously, Inoni's out, so there's 5. But what are your thoughts on Ducati? They seem to struggle a bit outside of Bulega, really. And Petrucci did well, but you know what I mean. Those are the 2 guys that I would say stood out.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I don't know why that is. It's that I think they still got everything in hand. It's just probably more on the rider at this point. I just don't know what's going on. Bulega is riding really strong pretty much every round so far, besides the one incident where he had mechanical problems.
Right.
Other than that, Bautista's been pretty okay. It must just be this track that is just not used to. Bulega, I don't understand. He was riding like an animal. But yeah, like this track, I think they need to widen up the turn 1, and even the last corner is just kind of a little tight, a little dangerous. But I think Ducati will be okay. I don't think they're struggling too bad. I think it was just probably this round. Petrucci did really well, getting 3 podiums in a row. Bulega's been fighting strong. So, that's half of the race. So.
Right. What are your thoughts, Trackstar, how Ducati is doing right now? I'll give credit to Sam Lowe's because he definitely stayed on the bike and rode well, but still it looks like it was Petrucci, Bulega, and then Redden and these other guys struggled a bit.
Man, I don't know what's going on. You mentioned Redding. I definitely want to talk about him. Him being one of my favorite riders in World Superbike. I don't know what's going on with him. All the way in the back, he looks worse than he was on the BMW right now. As far as competitiveness, because he was always 10th and 11th, and now with the Ducati, he seems even to be in 15th, 16th times in the races. But yeah, it seemed like a real Lowe's looks dangerous. You know, he looks super competitive on the Ducati, and man, it was just tough to see my boy out of it, Bautista. That was the hardest thing because we seen what he could do. He had a not so good start, but managed to bring that bike through all that traffic. That was the best race to see him.
Yeah.
Moving and grooving through everybody, you know, like nothing, and late in the round, you know. But I think the weight is still bothering Bautista. You know, he seems to get better as the fuel consumption gets lower and that bike starts getting lighter, and then all of a sudden he's making his way through. I would have loved to see him get a good jump or even a better position to start off, and see where he could have been. Could he have dueled it out with Buliga and Top Rack,
right.
Because they seem to be battling too, you know, in between them two, and then obviously whoever would get the best of it, then you see the 4-second gap, you know, towards the end of the race. So I don't know if there was a thing going on too, like with all the crashes that we saw, and then that discrepancy after battling the segregation causing a 4-second space, you know, except for that last one. Yo, the last race where they were guest passed just at the finish line. There was some good racing, man. I mean, if you listening, man, get on YouTube and see if you could find the race and watch it if you didn't, because it was a really amazing weekend and a lot of drama. But Lowe's looks amazing though.
Yeah, a lot of drama, and let's talk about you know, because Buliga did his best to try to get in the way of Top Rack in the first two in the race one and in the sprint, but he seemed to do better in race two and held first place for a longer period of time. And you know, we saw the end, and was that really good riding from Buliga, or you know, we heard Top Rock saying the bike was cutting out, and he also had a lot of tire spin and at the end of that race. So is it just, you know, mistakes on BMW that they didn't get the three-peat?
I mean, what a race! I mean, for, like you said, the Buliga to take over for the first 12 laps, and Top Rack to dive in between, a couple laps in between that, but Buliga holding it down, and then Top Rack taking over. I for sure thought that it was over when Top Rack took over. I mean, I knew Buliga had fighting him, but I didn't realize, you know how hungry he really is, and he showed a lot this whole weekend. Just going down to the last lap and a half, just being half a second or a second behind, that's pretty big margin for, you know, how many corners are left. And for him to suck him in for like the third to last corner to get like right on his wheel. And going around that last corner, when you see the finish line, knowing how tight it is, it's kind of like you try your hardest to get going, you know. So I think the more mistakes can happen there. I think Top Rack possibly made a mistake, or he may have run out of fuel. But yeah, his bike was spinning up just a little bit, and Bulu was able to sneak by at the finish line. And yeah, that was a great victory for him. And I can say that BMW was not happy. So still trying to figure out what the truth is behind that. But I don't know.
Whenever Top Rack don't get on the podium, there's some excuse. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. So.
And I can't rock with none of it. You know, at the end of the day, Buliga did what he was supposed to. I think what happened in this situation with Buliga at this track, Buliga was trying to figure out the track. You could tell they had very different lines. I mean, they were on two different bikes as well, but I've never seen such a discrepancies in the lines that they're using. And not only discrepancies that Bulliger couldn't even predict he was on a defensive line and still get passed by Top Rack, which was throwing him off. And I think he figured it out by the second actual race. Which gave him the momentum to stay with him. No longer this 4-second gap or however many seconds it was throughout the 2 times Top Rack beat him out. But he was able also to defend much better and also attack Top Rack much better. So he found the strengths of the Ducati and the weaknesses of the BMW and managed to pick it up. It almost looked like he knew I can pass him on that last turn if I get the right setup. You know, like it was very strategic. And you have to be careful too with the BMW because the BMW has so much power coming out that maybe it wasn't to his benefit neither to be in the lead for that corner. We will never know, but you could tell definitely Top Rack had a little wheelie towards the right before he crossed it, which probably gave Bulliger the advantage. But I think it was just strategizing and trying to figure out the track. Top Rack is a super talented rider, and if you don't have the advantage of knowing the track better than him, and you're both trying to adapt to a new place or a place where you're not feeling very confident in, you're going to lose to Top Rack because he's going to be the rider to figure it out. He is Marc Marquez in many ways of World Superbike. He could just adapt to so many scenarios that other riders won't be able to. And if it took you a race or two to figure it out, you know that whether it's a race and then the Super Bowl, man, you in trouble. Same way with MotoGP. If Mark figured it out at the sprint, man, you're not gonna get that podium at the race.
Right. Bobby Shakes, man, welcome to the show. Track stars, you mentioned that Top Rack always has excuses when he doesn't win. Not to say excuse, but there's an excuse. It seems like him, Chad Anchu, Dennis Anchu, it seems like the Turkish riders, like second place is like coming in last place. They don't seem to, getting on the podium is nothing. It's pretty wild.
No, I agree. Like when it comes to this, it's first place or nothing for them, And that's what you want from your rider, What I don't like is those things, the excuses. The bike wasn't working. No, man, figure it out, man. Just if you're not gonna be happy with second place, just don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. It's like in boxing. I don't want to hear that you broke your hand in the second round, and here you are, you made it to the end, and you won by decision, and then you're talking about, I had broken my hand in the second round, and I didn't have no power. So how the hell you finish a fight? I don't want to hear none of that.
Yeah, no, that was bad. Like, when he passed though and the finish line, he threw his hands up. I was like, damn, maybe he was like, how the hell did he pull that off? Then when he pointed at the tank, I was like, oh wait, hold on.
Nah.
I can't say he ran out of gas, man. Come on. But like they haven't had problems all year. Like, like real major issues. You're gonna say that you have a problem now. You won race one, you won the Super Bowl. And then, like, you damn near had it this last lap. Like, knowing Bulliger, like, they were on such another level that last race. Like, they pulled, I think, a 10 to 15 second gap on third place. Like,
they would go
crazy. They were like, that was incredible.
And they were exchanging best laps of the race back and forth.
Yeah. So I don't like the excuse. I think it was an excuse.
I feel you. I mean, it might have been a mechanical, but it's part of racing. It is what it is. Bobby Shakes, what are your thoughts? The race between Top Rock and Bulaga overall, race one, super sprint or sprint rather, and Super Pole, and this race two.
Well, here's the whole thing. Let me turn my mic up here. I was nodding in and out because I was editing and I haven't slept in 3 days. And then I hit the cursor back to the 15th lap. So from the 15th lap, I went through the race. And I saw him pass him. I stopped the stream, got up, and said, "This is a computer glitch." I have never seen a result that terrified me. No, I'm serious. I go, wait a second. There must be, because I'm in I'm tired. I'm in a fog. I'm like, no, wait. So after he did the pass, I stopped the stream, and then I went back to the 10th lap, watched it again, and I go, oh, the duck really beat this dude in the last 10th of the race. Like, it was, I wish I videotaped me going through this motion of me watching it, waking up, didn't believe it, rewind it again, watched it again. And like Trackstar said, man, the wheeling and just a little of that, that's all he needed to shut that door. And that was, and this is not a hot take, but that I'm trying to think. That has to be the most impressive win I've ever seen in any sport. Because Drew in the race is like Top Rack was just, if he needed it, he closed the gap. It's not like Top Rack was fighting for first place. It's like, all right, cool, go ahead, do your thing. I'm going to get you. Go ahead. And you could see it in the race. He's just closing it. And when he finally took over first place over the Duck, it felt like the Duck was struggling to catch Top Rack. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like the Duck just wasn't working.
He stretched him a little.
And not in race two, though.
Yeah, race two, stretch him a little.
Yeah, that's right.
A little race two. Like the last lap is when like halfway through the last lap is when he came up on him.
And during the last lap, it's, I don't know, man. He's when people say, when people always say, hey, listen, man, when you're playing baseball and you're down 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th, and they say, hey, listen, man, it's just 1 hit away, right? And then you get a hit. Guy goes to first base. And then the guy comes on. And the guy strikes out. And then the guy strikes out. So now you're at 2 outs with the guy on first base. And the coach just says, we're just a hit away. This is the prime example of somebody just being a hit away. It's just keep working, keep hitting, keep grinding. Everything they say in sports, this is the race right here. And look at that. And this race right here, what do they say in England? Form, I got to Google it, but there's a term they say in England that describes this race. Like every type of sports cliche on the planet to sum this race up. Don't give up. Even if you're winning, keep your head down, keep moving forward, and don't stop until the bell is rung. It's not over till the fat lady sings. All the cliches in sports could have been said in the last, 10 seconds of this race. Like, that was impressive.
So it was a Brady moment, Shake, it sounds like is what you're saying.
It was a what?
It's like there was a Tom Brady moment comeback. in a sense.
I mean, it was. I mean, like,
hey, listen. The conspiracy theories are out on Tom Brady coming back. We'll leave it at that.
Ross, go ahead.
You guys gotta realize that they raced here 3 times in a row. This is the third shot that Bulliger had at beating him. The first shot he lost by 6 seconds. The second shot he lost by 2 seconds, and then he got him, and he wins by two tenths. You can't give me 3 opportunities. The guy second runner up last year, who would have won if he didn't get hurt and had to sit out. But the same thing happened to Top Rack. He sat out a couple races too. But man, this is gonna go again to the very end. With these two going at it. They're very even. This is not a situation like we have in MotoGP with Pecco and Mark Marquez, where Mark just looks like a robot. There's no, you're not beating him. These two.
I was gonna say also, Bulliger had a massive high side in practice too.
Yeah,
so he's riding wounded.
Yeah, that was another big thing. But like I like to say, no excuses. You didn't hear Bulliger complain about that once. Right. This is 3 races going on, and Bulliger just figured it out.
He did.
He just figured it out.
I mean, the story was written. Sorry, the story was written like Top Rock always wins this round. He tried to pull the hat trick, try to win 3 in a row. It's got swept on his feet. So it's a good story, I'm saying. I don't like the excuses that he tried to pull out because he lost fair and square to me. Yeah.
What he do?
Yeah. It wasn't me.
What do you guys thought about the rest of the field? Because we're going to move to MotoGP in a little bit, but what about the rest of the field? Because I will say Yari Montella surprised me. He had one of his better finish on a Ducati, so that's huge. I like how Ikaluka Ono is riding the Honda. I feel like the Honda they're getting closer and closer. And I like what Petrucci's doing. Even Sam Lowe's. What you guys thought about them? Garrett Gerloff, the Kawis, the Bit Moto. What are your thoughts, TJ?
Yeah, definitely was rooting for Garrett Gerloff out there. I mean, he's starting to pick it up the last race. I think he definitely got a couple points. I think the first race and the last race, but from being an American, rooting for him always. But Petrucci, man, that dude can ride. For the time that I've watched motorcycles and knowing his track record for being in GP, going to Moto America to World Superbike, and for his age, still putting it out there. He's and he's gotten hurt quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
So for him to do what he's doing now, he's, I think, the most impressive right now. And I do like what the Honda's doing. Ikaluka won the first race. He was looking good. I think he crashed out. I'm not sure if that's.
Xavi crashed out in the second. I think he stayed up in all the races because he finished 7th in the second race. So yeah, I think he stayed upright for all the races this weekend.
But yeah, for some reason, Honda's been looking much better since the start of the year for all classes everywhere. So they let me look good. Now just room for, Cowie to step it up a little bit with Garrett Gerloff. But like I mentioned, Petrucci, for me, he's been the most dominant besides, Bulliger.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, Lowe's looks incredible. Petrucci doesn't surprise me, he's a freaking MotoGP rider, came to the U.S., rode in the U.S. on a Ducati, goes to goes to World Superbike and gets probably on the best non-factory bike with Barney Racing over there. So I would like to see him even higher up. I want to see him in the mix for the championship. That's what I expect from a MotoGP rider. Same thing when he came to ride with us at HSBK. I didn't expect nothing else but first place for him. Right. He had to win. You're from MotoGP. You're the top of the top when it comes to riding. And to see him doing what he's doing on a non-factory bike is impressive, but I expect more from him. It's that simple. Who I am super proud of is my man Bassani. I mean, he's doing so well. They both got freaking signed for 2026. They got contracts for 2026, and that's incredible, man. And to see Akawi back in the mix, is huge for the sport. They won so much with Ray, and when he left that program and went to Yamaha, it looked like it was over for Kawi. And then they seem to be picking up the speed. But Bassani, when he was on the Ducati, looked like a superstar, and I almost wished he came back to it, but I kind of like him at Kawi, and it's kind of making me like a fan of the Kawasaki and the team, because I like the underdog too. I'm a fan of that. So to see them in the mix is crazy. Honda too, stepping it up. But I might be a Honda hater. I'm not sure.
Honesty is always the best, right?
Yo, Smitty, if you watching.
Listen, Smitty doesn't like Ducati, so I think it's fair game. Shakes, what are your thoughts on how some of these other brands are watching? I know you kind of was tired and was just watching the first two riders, but did you go back to sleep and wake up and saw the backfield?
Well, obviously I hit my head, and I've woken up. And I hate to say this, but you know where I stand.
Yes, Ducati.
I represent the Union Jack. So all my English riders, I'm with them 100%.
Okay, I see.
100%.
The Lowe's brothers.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I have to be consistent because somebody's gonna go back and watch all these videos. I have to be consistent, unlike TJ and Track Stars and Rexa. You guys are all over the place. I am only Ducati. That is it. I don't pay attention to any other manufacturer on the grid. I have to be consistent. I'm only Ducati, and that's it. And I hate Honda. Obviously, you can read underneath my name what I think about BMW. Kawasaki is great. I mean, give me a break. They have the Kermit the Frog color. Suzuki makes the best 600, which is a 750. It's I gotta stay consistent.
Shots fired. People are down. Pick up Smitty. Smitty.
Listen, man. I mean, they put swing arms on Suzukis, right, to learn how to ride them, right? I mean, get out of here. Just full Ducati. Ducati 100%. I can't even find my phone. My phone is broken. That's why I'm late tonight. I could switch my screen to red. But I just like to wear this shirt.
Oh, I see.
Victory.
Oh,
victory.
Oh.
Victory.
Oh.
Victory for the Ducati. Victory.
Oh.
All right. That's what's up.
Rexy, you made him mad, Rexy. Man.
And this is also for my bagger guys that's watching us too, right? I want you guys to know that there's somebody on this show that actually rides a real bike too.
Oh, right? God. Oh, right? God.
We don't ride crotch rockets, so let's go.
All right, okay, that's what's up. Yeah, you'll see them in MotoGP is what you're saying that's next year.
Victory.
I'll listen. I like motorcycles, so I'll leave it there. And we're doing a show. I can't be too biased.
It has to be.
But I'll leave it there. But let's talk about some of the rumors because there's a lot of them to the point where everyone is talking about it. That is, MotoGP is talking about it. So it's crazy when they're starting to talk about these rumors. The biggest one is, Toprak and Jorge Martin may be teammates next year at Honda.
Man,
I'm gonna let you take that one, Chester. I don't know.
How you gonna do this? I swear to God, I'll stay at Aprilia, man. I swear to God, I'll stay at Aprilia, man. I'm gonna say it again.
You would stay with
Martin, don't do it. Stay at Aprilia, man. We don't know what the hell's gonna happen with Honda. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, man.
But the thing is this, Track Stars, what could he have I mean, I know he has access to the data, right? And I guess he, like a chef is a chef, like a photographer is a photographer. You can see someone else shoot and see what they're doing, or you can taste the food and see that something is wrong. Do you think Martin, who has not spent a lot of time on Aprilia, has enough information to sit here and say, I don't want to be with this team anymore?
Hell no. Listen, Martin, what would a Martin do? Yo, we know, and I know, and I'm probably the biggest Martin fan. Yo, you are the king of crashing. You almost beat Marc Marquez in the amount of times you could crash a bike in a season and still put it in the front, still be in contention for a championship. You know you're the king of that. What happened to you when you first got on the Ducati? Yo, you would crash every other race. And you almost killed yourself. The same way you just started with Aprilia. There's nothing different. You got to accustom yourself to this motorcycle and make it competitive, not only for yourself, but for your teammates and everyone else on the Aprilia. You only... Martin gave everyone else on a Ducati the motivation to compete against a factory bike. You won a championship fighting against the top bike. You weren't on the top bike. You made that the top bike. They had to give you a 2025 spec. So you got to do the same thing with Aprilia and build it to what Aprilia could be. Bezzecchi's over there trying every race. And we've seen Bezzecchi come in 5th and 6th. So that means you could put that bike on the podium.
I mean, the rumors, I'm kind of over hearing Toprak try to come to GP. I just wanted to happen. As far as Martin, I hope he's not, he can ruin his career, I think, just by doing this. I heard something with the contract with Aprilia, if he sits out enough time or have the least amount of points or something like that, where he can go to another team without any penalties or something like that. Mm-hmm. I think you need to just stick where you're at, like Trackstar was saying, develop the team. Like you said, he's going to crash any manufacturer you go to, say,
and they gave him a bag.
I don't know what the inside. I don't know what's going on the inside where you just want to jump shit. I think I heard that due to where they're at now, Aprilia is underperforming with all their riders. No one really gaining points or anything like that, or they're at the bottom of the pole. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's the leader. He needs to come out. Everyone will follow suit, and I think things will change. But the rumor for him to go to Honda, I don't know. Honda's up to something though, but I don't think he should drink that Kool-Aid.
I hear that, Bobby Shakes. I see you over there reading your BMW manual.
Here's the problem with sports, and I think Floyd Mayweather ruined sports permanently. Everybody wants to be the 50-0 guy. Everybody wants to win now. I mean, Rex, we had this conversation off air where we talked about how Marquez is not developing the bike. He's just on the bike and just going for the win. Everybody just wants to go for a win. So I would blame all of this on Rossi and Floyd Mayweather and all the greats, because you got to understand those guys were true craftsmen and they happen to be successful. Nobody wants to be a true craftsman anymore. People just want to jump ship. Well, I'm just jumping ship. I'm going to jump on this bike. I'm going to jump on this bike. You're with Aprilia. You got to build that brand. It's not Aprilia's fault. You dropping it, right? So now you want to go to Honda. As you can see, Honda doesn't have the power. Honda got podium just because of there was a cluster F in the beginning of the race and one little mouse snuck out in front, and we're not going to chase the guy in the rain. I mean, come on. Let's call Honda's win what it is. When Honda had a win on a dry platform, on a dry track, on a beautiful day where the girls are in the pasture singing and the birds are flying around and the bees are flying around, Honda didn't have the power to beat the Ducati. So we already know that Honda doesn't have the power. Aprilia has way more power than Ducati. I mean, more than Honda. Everybody's just chasing a win, and nobody wants to be a craftsman. Nobody wants to develop the bike. Nobody wants to go through the heart and pain, what Rossi did. Nobody wants to hit the pads and mitts and go out. Like Floyd would go out to a party and jog home and don't drink. Rossi is a craftsman to the craft. Everybody's just chasing the win because everybody wants to be great. It's like, Michael Jordan did his thing. 6 rings, I'm out of here. LeBron James is going to play till he's 150. Like, everybody's just chasing wins. Nobody's really wants to be a craftsman. And it's very disappointing that Martins would make this jump.
I don't think.
And my fault. Top Rack doesn't scare me in MotoGP. He doesn't scare me. He has a great bike in World Superbike, and he just got spanked. He doesn't scare me at all. Doesn't scare me. It's disappointing to me when people are not a craftsman and don't want to get better. The wins will come when you get better. Like 45 always said to me, you become a better rider, the smoother you get. The smoother you get, the faster you get. These guys just want to go fast. It's disappointing, and it's just bad for the sport. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I went on a rant. Sorry.
No. I think I gotta correct something. Well, not correct, but state my opinion on saying with Martin. I think Martin does want to. Well, he didn't want to win again on a Ducati. He made the choice to go to an inferior bike like the Aprilia due to the fact that they kept overlooking him as a rider for the factory bike. Not once, not twice, 3 times. And he wasn't going to let it come again to the last race for them to tell him, oh, yeah, you get the seat now because you're the champion. Nah, he said, I'm going to go to Aprilia and develop that. And I know I can win on another bike. And not only did he feel like he could win, he told them, get the number 1 plate from right now because I'm going to put this bike. We're going to win the championship on this bike. I think that he got stuck with the injuries back to back to back. And he says, yo, if I continue, remember, this guy damn near lost his life on the Ducati. And then here we go again, and it looks like the same situation of him initiating on Ducati. Boom, he comes to Aprilia, and he's back in the same place. What I think this is what it's a mental thing and more about his physicality and the time he feels he has in MotoGP to win. So he looks at Honda now because of Zarco's putting the bike. Zarco's looking like a contender, on the bike. If you give him a factory bike now, he's gonna do even better than he's doing on the non-factory bike. We know it's probably the same thing. Mm-hmm. But what's happening? He just drinking the Kool-Aid, and this is all. We don't even know if it's real, because nobody like MotoGP will sell you a storyline. Nobody
like MotoGP.
Nobody like MotoGP could sell you a storyline, so you can just keep watching, keep tuning in every week to see what else is gonna come. My man, Martin needs to just stay in Aprilia. He got an amazing contract, and no matter how much money Honda offers him, it's just like you guys said, he will ruin his career jumping from motorcycle to motorcycle and not producing.
Right. No, I agree. I agree with a lot of what both of you guys say. I think that Martin should stay with Aprilia, and I hope it's just rumors because it's definitely. I mean, outside of Alex Rins winning at Coda and Zarco winning in the rain the other day, the Aprilia has been doing a better job winning as of late over the Honda. So and they gave him a bag of money. So I don't know why he would want to leave to Aprilia. So so hopefully that's just rumors and that's what it is. What are your thoughts on this weekend at Silverstone? Bobby Shakes, is it a foregone conclusion that the Marquez brothers is going to be up front again and all is going to be right with the world, or are other riders going to sit here and even feel like they have a better chance? Because again, we see more cracks in the armor after 6 rounds than we did at the first 3 rounds with Marquez.
Yeah, we have seen a crack in the armor. People have seen the crack in the armor. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to Home Depot. We're going to get some crack sealant, and we're going to fix the cracks in the armor. I think out of everyone, I think Alex and Pecco is riding for their life. And I think it's going to be a Marquez show, but I think the real race is going to be between Alex and Pecco. I think that's the race that we need to watch. Delete everybody out, erase everybody from the grid, because Pecco needs this race right now. He needs to ride like his life depends on it. And I've been saying this all season, and you've always corrected me and say this is Pecco's best racing season since he's been in MotoGP. But I just think that Alex is coming for the next factory seat, and I believe that those are the two guys you need to look at this week. I think the Honda, I think the Zarco thing will fade away. 2-3 races from now, everybody's going to forget that Honda even exists.
I don't think so.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Come on, man.
We need to be realistic here, guys. We've watched all the races all season. Honda, it happens. You're right. If you leave your door open, rats are going to come into your house. And the rat came in and he won it. Congratulations in the rain. Great for Zarco. But I believe that Pecco and Alex, this is their race. And that's what I'll be watching.
Okay, all right. TJ, yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Is it about Pecco and Alex, or is the Vinales, the Pedro, Zarco? I'm gonna keep throwing them in there of the world. I'll put Bezzecchi in there, Morbidelli in there, Di Giannantonio in there, because these are guys that's been really consistent. Maybe a little bit of bad luck with some of these riders, but for the most part, been pretty consistent. So
I think it's going to be a little shakeup. just because the ice has been cracked. So I think it's going to be a different manufacturer or someone else finishing. I don't think. I would say I think Mark and Alex are still going to be the topic, but I'm looking at the past, or since 2013, who's won that Silverstone, and going down this list, I don't even see a name twice. So it's not really a favorite out here. I mean, there's so many different winners, so many opportunities. The only thing is, like, the Ducati can really stretch their legs at this track because it's, you can go full out. So I'm rooting for, like, Bezzecchi to step in because Aprilia won in 2023. Bastianini won last year. Pecco won in 2022. Fabio won in 2021. So, I mean, I don't know. The ice has been broken. I think this round as well will be a shakeup with different manufacturers. I don't think Ducati's gonna run away with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. So
hold on one second, because I need a clip. I need this to be clipped. TJ, what is your 1, 2, 3? And I need this clean. So think about it clean, so we could clip this, and this would be on your tombstone. Go ahead.
For Silverstone coming up?
Yeah. I want your 1, 2, 3, and I want it clean so we could clip this.
Gotta say,
take your time. Don't rush it. We want a nice clean edit. We want a nice clean edit.
Yeah. So we're gonna get back into it at the end because we know that's gonna be Rexy's last question. So we can come back to me on that.
All right, so you got time to think about it.
Yeah.
I knew he was gun shy. That's why I had to step in, because I knew he was about to jump out the window, and you thank me for that. You can thank me for that, TJ.
So TJ, Ducati 1 through 6 you say is not going to happen.
Nah, I don't see that happening. Not this round. Not this round.
So who's your 1, 2, 3 then?
I mean, like, look, Fabio had pole past 2 rounds. Like, people are hungry now. We're not happy this year. We're in a good portion. Like you said, they're tired of seeing Mark win, tired of seeing Pecco. Like, I think even Pecco's upset. I heard rumors of him trying to go somewhere. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, he's not going.
But yeah, I think Aprilia, like, Bezzecchi's had bad luck this year. I think he's due for one. I mean, Aprilia needs to show up sometime. I think this year they're probably the worst manufacturer out of all of them, between Honda, Ducati, and Yamaha. So yeah, I think this probably, I would say, I don't know the 1, 2, 3 yet, but I want to say, obviously, can't say obviously, but I want to say Mark's going to be up there. I want to say Bezzecchi, and I still haven't figured out my third. I want to say Fabio, but doing 3 in a row is hard. So yeah, 3 in a row is hard.
I hope we get back to this before the show ends, because I want to hear that.
Okay, all right. What are your thoughts, Track Stars?
Well, I was looking over here at the constructors, which, after my man Bobby over here, it made me want to check. Yo, Aprilia's last in points in the constructors. That's incredible. I didn't even know that. Honda's actually second.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I'm in disbelief. And when it comes to the teams, also, Aprilia is second to last. Aprilia Racing Team. Trackhouse is in 8th.
Yeah. Pretty wild.
I mean, if this is what Martin's seeing,
that is
LC.
I think we lost your volume. I think he might have checked out. There you go.
No, that is exactly what our team's looking at.
My fault, guys. Yeah, LCR is in 6th.
Your mic. Go ahead. Your mic is coming in and out. Track stars.
He's seeing this. I understand. My fault.
No.
Go ahead, Bobby. What? Have you seen that, Bobby?
I haven't seen it, but I just took a mental note of it because I mean Honda has had an impressive season out of everybody. They've been consistency losing, but for the constructors, they put a good bike on. They have a good bike on the grid. So you're saying they're second in the constructors, right? I mean,
in the constructors, yeah, which means every Honda on the grid cumulative
points. Yeah. Honda's has having a great season. But when we look at, I mean, I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, right? When we look at KTM, right, they've had the power, they haven't done anything. Binder's always thrown it in the ground. Aprilia hasn't done anything. Yamaha hasn't really showed up. We're still waiting for Quartararo. And then Aprilia hasn't done anything. So it would make sense that Honda would be in second place because I don't think the other factories have even shown up yet.
Aprilia should be better than that.
Yeah,
even with three riders.
No, they definitely should be better than that, for sure. No, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Also, in other news, before we do pick the three riders and kind of getting up onto the hour here. From what I can tell, looks like KTM has gotten an injection of $600 million. So they don't have to, you know what I'm saying? the baby sheep gets to live.
They got a stimulus.
Are they going to open up all their shops back up? I think they closed down one of their most famous rallies they do every year or something like that with the dirt bikes or something.
Oh,
don't know the name of it, but yeah, I mean, I wonder how they're gonna manage things going forward. But that's good to hear. Good news. Didn't want to see them disappear.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Out of everybody, I would say that KTM has shown the most power. They've had the most power on the grid, but for some reason they just can't put it together. I think Honda stole the show last week or 2 fortnights ago. They stole the show, so has overshadowed KTM. But KTM's had the power all season to beat the Ducati. They've had the power, but I just don't know. Every time I see a race, Bender is he's rolling around the gravel pit. I don't know. But that's good because we want that. But you know what I said last year, 45. I mean, not last. I said last week. We just need to get rid of KTM. I don't think KTM has 4 riders on the grid.
Yeah.
Yes, we're a test rider.
Yeah, that's too much. That's too much. I would like to see maybe BMW there next year, or maybe 8 Ducatis. Would make the sport more interesting. Or maybe a Kawasaki or a Suzuki. Okay. Right? I just think that there's too much KTMs on the grid for a factory that just can't get it together.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I think that there's 4 of them. There's no need to be 4 of them. I think they need to make room for a factory that can prove that can compete with the Duck. But then again, that's when they're all going back to the 800cc. So then it'd be more.
It's a clean slate for everybody. Yeah,
it'd be more to come in. But hey, man, I'm not mad at you. If you get the money, get the money. 600 million. Jesus Christ, I would spend $400 million on a yacht, and then the other 2, and the rest on the team.
You're like the water, Bobby. Yeah.
What are your thoughts, TJ, on the injection of the cash?
I mean, that is a lot of money. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I think Bobby Chase is right. They should put the money into like something that they really want to expand on and not like dilute it out. Like I think he's right. 4 KTMs as a factory is a little too much. They have I think they have 4 solid riders, but I feel like they all want this. I mean, every rider wants the same thing, but as like a factory rider, you kind of want that treatment. I don't know if they're all getting it, and I don't know. It's just, especially what they're going through. I think they need to switch something up, especially with all this money. Don't blow it.
Right. No yachts.
No yachts.
I
mean, think about it though, right? You could keep Pedro Acosta, who's in 4th. You could keep Vinales, right? Those are your 2 factory riders, and then you go and buy a nice yacht with a helicopter pad.
Man, Pedro Acosta, that's another big name that's been circling the rumor mill for the past 3 rounds. That he's going to VR46.
Yeah, I've been hearing that.
Oh, okay. So, you're right. There is a VR. Pedro Acosta is supposed to be the Marquez killer. I think the Marquez killer's Marquez. But okay, all right. So track star. Okay, so we move Pedro Acosta to Ducati. So we have Vinales. So then, who do we give the other factory seat to? Red Bull, to KTM.
Well, I mean, somebody's going to be free. Morbidelli's going to be free, but Morbidelli might go to Aprilia if Martin goes to Honda.
So we go Bastianini.
Bastianini's nice though. I can see Bastianini there, staying there. I can see that. I mean, I think that Pedro should stay where he is. I think Morbidelli should stay with Ducati and VR46 Academy. But I assume if Morbidelli can get back on a factory seat, he'll probably jump on that. So. And that's a good look for VR46 Academy. So it'll be interesting to see. But guys, let's pick the wins that we think for this week coming up in Silverstone, and we will get out of here.
Can I say something real quick before we? I just got a question, an honest question, not a hot take. Isn't every Ducati on the grid a factory seat?
No,
you don't think so?
It's a factory seat if you have a factory contract, which means like for instance, Fermin Aldeguer has a factory contract with Ducati, right? But he's not on a factory bike, and he's on a 24 bike.
24 bike,
but he has a factory contract.
But I mean, every Ducati is just an amazing piece of machinery. So why would anybody want to leave where they're at for Ducati?
Man, Pecco will swap seats with Aldeguer right now.
Right, give that 24. So, well, I guess he had the opportunity to, but he doesn't want to.
Yeah, because he thinks that. Listen, and this is what I'm talking about, right? With people like Top Rack, people like Mark. Yeah, these are guys that thrive off of difficulty. And there's people who thrive off of perfection. Guys like my man, Mark Marquez, he won how many championships on the bike that was impossible to ride? Still, now they figured out something where they managed to have Luca Marini ride the bike. They figured out a way for Zarco to win on the bike. They figured out a way for Mir to set continuously Q2. Even though he crashes every bike on every round, but he's competitive on it until he crashes it. So this man thrives off of difficulty. So, with that being said, it's going to be a lot for anybody that's going to come and try to win on a Honda. Same thing for anybody who's coming to KTM. You can't expect to just win. When you see a person like Pedro Acosta do what he did, and now this year see him struggle and not be able to continue that progression that it looked like this was his year. I don't know if it was the situation with this instability with KTM, but I said it. You can go back to shows. KTM is not going anywhere. This is one of the major manufacturers and one of the most top-selling bikes out on the market. From dirt to any type of motorcycle you call out there, enduro, anything. These people are the top of the top. At no moment would I feel panicked that I'm not going to have a MotoGP team at the end of the year for 2026 and have money to pay me. No way. But maybe it affected him somehow. But for him now to go and say, I want the Ducati and have a potential opportunity with VR46, man, it's going to be crazy.
I know these riders have a lot of guts to tell other manufacturers where they want to go, what they want to do, when there's only how many seats? And usually every year there's 6 or 8 seats available.
Yeah, I think
we're just talking about it's just like Pedro say, with the rumors, I want to go to a VR46, or Martin saying, I don't want to be here anymore. It's like, dude, all right, we just replace you with someone else and then go to World Superbike. That could easily happen. I don't understand. These riders have balls to
notice what's going on. These kids, they're all young. They're all young. And this is happening right now in every industry.
Yeah.
In law firms, in medical fields. People are chasing the money and chasing opportunities. Whether it fares out to be better or fares out to be worse, they're out to get that money, to get that check. It's happening in baseball. Juan Soto leaves the Yankees to go to the Mets. In basketball, we're seeing it. Just teams swapping out players left and right with nothing better,
About the money.
It's going to happen in racing. Hamilton to Ferrari from McLaren. It's just right now people are looking for the opportunity and the come up at the expense of their careers. We're not looking to move further in my career. I'm just trying to move further financially. So this is what we're seeing, and I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked it's happening in MotoGP. And it adds to the drama of watching it, because you don't want to watch the same thing every year, watching the same guy on the same suit on the same bike. Swap everything and make me buy another subscription, because I'm ready. I'm ready to pay I'm paying $200 to watch it next year, and it's on auto pay.
Let me just say this: Liberty Media Group stock is over $90. So I think they know how to sell drama.
What would you get it at?
Oh, I got it at 64.
Jesus Christ, he's up 30 points.
30 points.
Let's go.
So it is definitely a lot of good things in MotoGP to watch, and you're absolutely right, Trackstar. I'm signing up next year too, so I'm not going anywhere for sure. Because I will say, I think what overall how MotoGP has been in the last couple of years, it is definitely more entertaining. Not to say it wasn't entertaining before, but it's different. There's more theatrics. There's definitely, before it was just the entertainment was the racing. And now like the Track Stars has been saying for 6 months now, the drama. You know what I'm saying? It is about the drama. So let's pick the riders that you think. Should I go first? I'll go first and get it out the way. So I'm gonna say, and I said this on Hangover Podcast, Weekend Hangover Podcast last night. I'm gonna say Pecco's gonna win the race. I will put Bezzecchi up there somewhere. I'll put Bezzecchi on the podium, and I'll put Morbidelli. on the podium.
Say that one more time so we can clip it.
But it looks like I crowded your internet there because you froze. Even your internet's not happy with me. Pecco, Bezzecchi, and Morbidelli. VR46 Academy lockout.
Jesus Christ.
Pecco, Bezzecchi, Morbidelli. Yeah. Jesus.
That sounds like a pizza.
I got Mark.
You want the PBM?
I got Mark, Bezzecchi, and Fabio.
Okay. See?
Oof.
There you go, Bobby.
Write me down. I'm not switching my order. I got Pecco, Alex, Mark. And my surpriser in fourth, I think Bezzecchi's gonna do something too.
Okay.
He's due.
All right, Bobby Shakes, what you got? I mean, there's no victory or Harley Davidson in MotoGP, so
no victory bike for sure. They're not even in the bagger series. They're not here.
That hurt, Trackstar. That really hurt.
Oh my God.
I have to be consistent because if people are going to watch this show, they're going to be consistent. Marquez, Alex, Pecco, 1, 2, 3. And I always say the guy that's in the back pocket is Morbidelli.
Oof.
That's the guy. I mean, Bezzecchi, I mean...
I understand.
He's so far down the list, I can't even read his name.
I understand.
Be nice, Bobby.
He's been having bad luck. No,
that victory comment got him. He's like, you know what? F these guys. I think Bezzecchi pick.
Right. It's tough, man. It's tough.
I hope Trackstar's on the show next week, and I need Track because I want him to eat those words. He's got to eat them.
Oh my God.
All right, that's what's up. Hey guys, tell people how they can find you on social.
You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, 2 Wheels and Coffee, the number 2, Wheels and Coffee with a K. And yeah, it's basically Instagram and TikTok.
It's your boy.
My bad. When I say
and sponsors too is J&G Performance, Woodcraft Technologies, Prideaway, Harvey Rentals, and Official Vortex.
It's your boy Trackstars, spelled TRAXSTARZ. If you need anything from Dineza, don't hesitate to mention my name at any store or DM me on Instagram. I always respond. We'll take care of you. If you need anything from Ducati, reach out to Ducati New York or HSBK, who has several dealerships throughout the Upper East Coast. And you guys already know, reach out for me for anything. Track days coming up. Please reach out to your boy Trackstars, man.
That's what's up. Bobby Shakes, I see you love BMW now.
Yeah, I just got a phone call from BMW corporate that told me to get that nonsense from underneath my name. I just got signed to BMW. I love BMW. Not really. You can find me at Shakes is Live, shakesislive.com. Come and listen to some reggae and listen to some music to ease your soul. Think, breathe, reggae, stress. Don't worry, everything's going to be all right. Ducati's going to win. It's okay. Just relax. Let's not get our blood pressure up too high.
You gotta.
Yeah.
Wow.
You gotta monitor just in case. No doubt. I want to shout out the sponsor. Go to Freedom Cycle NH in New Hampshire, Concord. Tell them B4evaKool sent you. Get some bikes, get some gear. They have everything there and parts. Workbench Technology. Go to Workbench Tech and get your latest tech needs. My name is Rex45.
My name's TJ. 2 Reds and Coffee.
It's your boy Trackstars. Stay up on tools, baby.
And you know what? They have awesome balance bikes at the store in New Hampshire, and they have pretty KTM balance bikes. So go and get yourself a KTM balance bike and start the trend for the next factory rider for KTM.
Oh, God.
Peace.
Oh, God.
Peace.
Oh, God.
Peace.